Hey everybody, welcome back to Movieverse. My name is Brian, and today Jason and I are going to be watching episode 5 of season 1 of The Legend of Vox Machina, Fate's Journey. Full disclosure, this will not be Jason's first time watching this episode. Why, you may ask? That's a good question. Apparently, the first time we tried to record this...
What happened?
I'm telling them, Jason. The first time we tried to record this, we talked. We watched episode 5. The moment happened. We had a discussion, and then I went to stop recording, and it had never recorded. So you can imagine my frustration, and Jason can attest to how frustrated I was when it happened, that his reaction to the sun tree moment was not captured. Lovely. But we still want to have this as a video that you all can watch. So we're going to have discussions about the episode. We're going to watch the episode. Hopefully it is somewhat enjoyable for you guys. But then going forward, we will have Jason's authentic reaction to watching the episode as long as my finger hits the record button. So, with that being said, Jason, did I cover all the bases? Are we ready to jump back into episode 5?
You did. And, with our conversation going, hopefully it'll be nice to rewatch it and hopefully I don't miss anything. But excited to get just a little commentary. We'll give it just a little commentary.
It has been like a little bit since we watched episode 5. So we will still be able to watch it, and then we'll be fresh going into episode 6. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start watching episode 5, The Fate's Journey. So, yes, as a reminder, they are on the run for fighting the Briarwoods. King was not happy because he's been, Jafar'd. So they're trying to, I guess, stock up on supplies from Gilmore's.
Good old Gilmore's.
Yeah.
I think we know who this is.
Yeah, it's very... Well, we do, because we've seen the episode, Jason. But it is a very useful way to use a druid, for sure.
Yeah. Come on. Useful team member right there.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you remember, so I did mention about my favorite character, how it might change from episode to episode.
Yeah.
And as of right now, I know that we've already watched this episode, but Vex is my favorite character.
Vex is your favorite character?
I think she is a badass for sure.
Yeah, I think the last time we talked about this, you asked me what my favorite character was. I told you it was very difficult because for me, I've already seen the first 2 seasons, and so I've also seen the campaigns. So it's like my perspective on the characters is very different at this point in time to yours. But I was able to say that like your favorite character will change quite a bit because the show does a really good job of focusing on each character. It gives each character the ability to have their own moment and have character growth.
And it's not just in the fight scenes, it's in the moments of just between each member of the team. They each give something for us to enjoy.
Yeah, like you said, not just the fight scenes, they get depth for each character.
Yeah.
And so you're going to find that your loyalties to which your favorite character is changes from episode to episode.
A quick stop at your store on our way out of town.
Quick stop.
I assume you were going to leave an IOU?
Of course. They would not steal from you, Gilmore.
You know us.
No.
Oh, all too well.
He's very forgiving, I will say that. If I broke in my store, I'd be like, you're done.
Wooden steak.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oof, I don't want to know. No, that's a lie. I absolutely want
Gilmore
to know.
always wants the tea.
May I suggest the addition of something special? Holy water.
They got to keep that bottle, Hopefully it doesn't nothing happens to it.
Nothing bad will happen.
Oh, thank you, Rodrigo. You're a gem.
I think that's supposed to be an unseen servant. D&D
Yeah, that
spell.
I don't know why this reminds me of the Dexter's Laboratory episode when they get stuck together, him and Dee Dee. Do you remember that episode?
Oh, yeah. Stuck together with like a finger trap?
Yeah.
That, you just unlocked a core memory, dude. I did not remember that until you just said that.
It's only because I just saw a video
okay. I'll just
of
stay
like
this
a
way
nostalgia video
for
today that had that intro in
Oh,
it.
yeah. The only thing that I remember from Dexter's Laboratory was omelette du fromage. That's all I remember.
Cool. Thanks, Vax.
Oh, simpler time, man.
Hmm.
Oh, yep.
Keep-
this is their
keep
little,
hitting at that
little
romance.
moment, and
So, Gilmore.
I
for
love
a
when Vic just like
friend,
slams
How
on.
much is this going to run us?
Check it out. We got a good deal on the cart. Practically, literally, a steal.
Let's just say I'd hate to see what Gilmore charges his enemies.
You know what? If somebody tried to steal from me, I probably wouldn't give them a discount either.
yeah, but he does like Vax, so
Funny point in the campaign, they actually made a deal with Gilmore to where they would advertise his store in exchange for discounts on their equipment.
oh,
So they had like
Stop that. I'm trying to concentrate.
armor and stuff that had like Gilmore's Glorious Goods.
yeah,
Logo and
yeah, a
stuff.
little sponsorship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
little sponsorship deal, exactly. Eat it, Nike.
For the record, I have a magnificent bitch face.
Truly does.
He really does.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he really
Lots
Got to
of
give him his
practice.
flowers.
All I can make out is one word.
You
of
see there on
Delilah's
the left side of the book, they
fantastic
actually showed you those wolves
Yeah.
in the book before they come up in a couple minutes.
I think it's a ziggurat.
skill. Oh, thank God. Because what I was picturing was like, whoa.
Yeah, zipper twat does not sound good.
Ziggurats were ancient structures used for contacting gods.
Hmm.
Wish I could help more, but I fell asleep a lot in ancient abyssal class.
Don't we all?
You know, I studied German a lot in high school and in college, and if I was, if I had to read a German book now, I probably wouldn't be able to do it. So she
Yeah.
did pretty good for
Yeah.
falling asleep in her class a lot.
I took French
Please
for
tell
3
me
years
I'm
of
not
high
sitting
school.
in another
Can't
cart.
speak a lick, and there were no guys in that class, so that's why I took French.
There you go.
Yeah.
There were a lot of guys in German.
Pike said I could talk to her. Even if she's not here and I'd feel her. But it doesn't work.
Oh, he's missing Pike.
Yeah. He's got that
Worried about us without her.
soft inside, even though he's, this really tough
Yep.
barbarian.
Me too.
Some more depth to his character for sure.
This is his friend.
He obviously had a connection with Pike that
Oh, yeah.
was more than the other team.
Whispered one?
Ooh, who's the whispered one?
Ooh.
I know. I'm just asking for your benefit.
That's a tiny fly that plane is going to eat.
Percy, you need a break.
Absolutely not. We need to keep moving. The Briarwoods are probably back in Whitestone by now.
Percy, don't drive when you're tired, my dude.
Mhm.
That's how accidents happen.
Percy, stop.
I'm not that tired.
He's not that tired.
No, I mean stop the damn cart. Something's tracking us.
Also, another little fun fact. Apparently, it's really hard to draw horses. Because people know what horses look and move like. And
Yeah.
so when you're animating it, it's like hard to get it perfect to where people aren't drawn to like it being like weird.
Hmm.
They prefer to draw
Poor little puppers.
creatures that don't actually exist because if they don't move, how do
Yeah,
think
you don't
they're-
have that
well,
frame of
they're-
reference.
They're a fake, they're a fake creature, like
Yeah.
these guys.
These things have a really cool design.
A gift from Lady Briarwood.
Yeah, what's really cool about this show is the cast of Critical Role actually did like watch parties of this show where they would watch the episode and they would talk about it, but then they would also show like behind the scenes stuff. And they showed some other designs of these creatures, and they had some like really far out designs.
Yeah.
So this was actually kind of like their tamed design for this creature. So it's pretty cool.
It's coming in clutch right there.
Yep. Using those vine powers. They also said how difficult it was to like animate a chase scene,
Yeah.
and
Oh.
Scanlan sucking on a tentacle. Because you have
did
to
he
keep-
blush at the tail end of that?
Oh yeah, it's Scanlan. What do you? Yeah, it's Scanlan.
Yeah.
He enjoys it. He enjoys that stuff. Man.
I totally missed that the first time.
That's probably one of my favorite jokes. Did you just shot me?
I'll take the big one.
I'll take the other big one.
Ooh.
It's gotta hurt. Keyless showing that alpha.
Keys, yeah.
This better be worth it.
Right up the butt. Which was a very popular phrase that the players would use around the table when they were playing in the campaign.
Are they going over the cliff?
They're not the only ones.
It's Scott Scanlon. We have no choice.
Shoot for his head! Nick! Dick! Come on, Vex! No one breaks balls better than you! You missed!
Let go of the book, dumbass! Off the cart!
And
R.I.P.
the
these
animators,
animated
were like,
horses.
yeah, the animators were like, we don't want to animate horses anymore, so we're just going to kill them.
We're done. We're done.
We'll animate your horses for one chase scene, and then they're dead.
Yeah. It's not a very strong rope.
I mean, no. If it was too thick of a rope, then the arrow probably wouldn't fly with it on there. You know?
Yeah.
There's some physics with that. But he's fine.
What are the physics on right here?
The hand is actually very strong, and it can levitate. So
Yeah, when I die, it'll be the way the gods intended.
I actually have a statue of
Choked to death
Scanlan
by a
where
disgruntled
he's actually
critic.
sitting on that hand, and it's on my table just over there. One of these times I'll have to show you my statues. They're pretty cool. I got them from a sideshow.
At least we still have our holy water.
Oh, okay.
They have statues for their campaign 1 and campaign 2 characters, and there goes the holy water.
Perfect.
Oof.
Half off.
That just that made me shudder. Just gross. So bulbous and ugly.
Well, do you have an update for us?
It's just trotting along.
Just strutting. Yeah.
Will be ready at your request.
Excellent. We have a schedule to keep. Do not forget that, Professor.
Oh, right. Humpty Dumpty.
Oh, that's yeah. There's something.
Yes, there's Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah. 2 different characters, which I've seen some people who've watched this show kind of get those two kind of like mixed up. Very different people. But yes,
Supper
this
first.
is
Then you'll need to change into more formal attire.
yeah.
Sinister, man.
Did we win a prize?
You've been chosen for a very special event.
You know, obviously we saw how powerful these two are, how sinister they are when they, you know, attacked our group Vox, but this is just taking it to a whole new level.
Yeah, it definitely is just showing how, like you said, how sinister they are.
Yeah.
They don't, they will do whatever they want basically, and they don't really care how it affects other people.
Oh my gosh. Oh, sorry.
See, but
You're fine.
they balance the episode because obviously there's that super dark moment at the end,
Eventually.
but then before they do that, they give you this scene, which
Mhm.
is just like, you know, lighthearted, kind of showing you the adventuring side of
Yeah.
D&D when you're just
That
on the road,
camaraderie,
hanging out with
yeah,
your,
yeah.
your party, and also introducing more magic to the show.
Nevosh Nevon Klumehon.
It made you hurt some more.
Nevosh Nevon Klumehon.
That was a creature that was designed by fans to be in the show.
That's cool.
Hands off. How the fuck do I look this good?
What's interesting is just before this, they
Your
showed
arm must be
Vax in the
nice.
background just sitting by
It's
herself
beautiful.
with like her
Mhm.
arms wrapped around her legs. You get a
This
sense
is
that
right.
like she's feeling like
We all never get wished
Keyleth is
together.
taking her place a little bit.
Yeah.
And
Listen
you know, we
to
get this
Yes.
conversation here after this little.
It's a nice little precursor to what she's about to say.
Yeah, show why
you.
she's feeling that way.
I know
Yeah.
you care about others. That's what makes a great leader. Kiki,
Kiki,
I
do
believe in
you
you.
love me? I don't know any Drake songs. That's all I know.
Friend.
She used the F word.
Then we get a little drop in on where Pike went, what Pike's doing.
Yeah, in the campaign, Ashley Johnson who voices Pike, was on the show Blind
I
Spot,
was helping my friends
and
battle a dark
so
mage,
she
and
had
cracked
to
my holy symbol, and I haven't been able to connect
leave the
or
campaign
heal
for
or
a little
do
bit.
anything,
She was
and now I
stopping
think
every
I'm
once in a
cursed.
while on like Skype calls and stuff like that to play, but she was gone for a lot of the first campaign.
Curse, you say?
And so instead of just having the character go off and not doing anything,
Please.
it was very smart of them to give her this kind of side quest that she had to go
Yeah.
on, so
The
you can
Everlight
explain like
accepts
why
you as you
her
are.
character isn't there, and give her something to do. So
And it makes sense, it's not like she just randomly woke up and was like, hey, I need to go.
yeah,
It absolutely made
it's-
sense. She
yeah, it
led up
started-
to it.
How about
Yeah, it started with that
what's
attack
the
from the
strangest
Briarwoods,
creature you've
and her
ever
getting
Yep.
like injured and her amulet getting damaged.
And I will find you.
There's a PS1 Tekken game where that guy literally is a character.
Yeah, I'm sure he won't come back in any way, shape, or form at
Yeah.
some point.
I think maybe the strangest kill I've ever had would be.
Now this guy definitely isn't coming back in any way, shape, or form. I think he's dead. Dead,
Yeah.
dead.
Shh, quiet, gotta sleep.
Then it's just like the blank look. Perfect. This is an actual
You
kill
a fan
that
of
Grog
Black
did
Mirror?
in campaign. I've never
Did you
seen
watch
Black
the
Mirror.
episode of... Okay. If you watch the episode USS Callister, which is their Star Trek episode,
Hands down.
there's
the worst
creatures that look
monster
just like that
I've
creature that
ever
Grog
faced.
killed.
What about creatures like this? Have you seen one of these before?
Pretty normal for you.
No. I haven't gotten to the good part.
Scanlan.
I still finished.
Then let's bring it down to Earth.
What's the worst monster you've ever faced? They're in Whitestone,
Hmm.
and we'll all be facing them soon.
Back to reality.
Oh, there goes gravity. Yeah, so now we get this scene with these two after, you saw her just
I
sitting
keep
off by
thinking
herself.
about when we left Singorn. We didn't let ourselves get distracted by pretty things.
She called me a friend.
Yeah, she friend zoned me. Oh, that's fine. It's fine.
sometimes courage
Oh.
is knowing there could be trouble and taking the chance anyway.
So is stupidity.
Vex does have a lot of walls up too, though, and so Vax is the only one that she kind of like lets in. Ah, yes. And then the names engraved on the barrels of his gun.
Such a good.
Good touch.
Yeah. I mean, if you needed another way to show that he's dedicated, there's a,
Yeah.
that's great.
Well, it's definitely also like a precursor to where this show is about to go.
Never thought I'd see it again.
It's starting to get a little bit darker. That little like
Yes, what should I
sinister like
expect?
undertones
It's
with
beautiful,
the music and the clicking of the gun.
thanks to the sun.
But then it's also important to show us what the
They
town's
say it was
supposed to
planted
look
by the
like, so that when it
Dawnfather
shows the
1,000
town
years
what it
ago.
looks like now, it's like, oh, okay.
You can't just show us a desolate, completely disgusting looking town and be like, oh well.
Yeah.
We're here.
Doesn't look great.
What have they done?
It's a fixer upper, just
Yeah,
whole
just,
town.
just take this wall out here and you'll open up the space. Yeah.
Yeah.
Call Chip and Joanna Gaines.
No offense, Percy, but your town's kind of creepy as shit. Big thing there. There, big thing.
Percy?
Look at the antlers nailed into the side of the head.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's us.
So good. So good.
Yeah, I mean, it still is like the sound of the ropes that is playing right now, just
Yep.
to like let it like sink in.
Very faintly too. And it
Oh
still
yeah,
has like
it's just
that-
like it's just like swaying in the wind a little bit, you know?
Yeah. It's almost like you kind of like, oh, what is that?
Mhm.
And then you focus on it, and then it comes again. It's a rip.
Yeah, that's That's dark. That's some dark stuff there. Um, what's what's pretty cool is I've seen online people have made. I guess you really wouldn't call it like a compilation, but like they've edited together like a video showing like the moment in the TV show and then the moment in the campaign, and it is. I mean, it's pretty crazy, you know.
Yeah.
Watching the campaign that they live streamed online, the players realizing what's going on. It actually happens um, slower than you think it would, I guess. Is you know what I mean? Like, because basically everything that's happening in the show is being shown to us, right? Like we're seeing it visually. Whereas when you're playing the campaign,
it's got to be described.
The dungeon master is describing it to you, so it takes them a little bit longer to like figure out like what's going on. At first, they're just like, okay, there's some people hanging from a tree, and then then Matt, the dungeon master, starts describing what each person like looks like, and yeah, it's so good. It was, I actually just rewatched an interview with the cast the other day about that specific moment, and they were just they were talking about like in the campaign it was the first moment where one, they weren't just sitting around the table having fun anymore. They're like, this is like
this
like
is the
serious.
story now.
Yeah, this is serious. And in Dungeons and Dragons, there's all kinds of magic that you can use to resurrect people if they die, within a certain amount of time, or you can heal them if they get seriously injured and stuff like that. So there's things that sometimes makes it feel like your character is like invulnerable. But they said like this was the first time in the campaign where they felt like no one was safe, and it was just like this very like uncomfortable feeling, obviously, when that moment like hits them. And I did watch that video recently of like the moment in the show and the moment in the campaign side by side, and it was one of those things where like the dungeon master like explains it, and then once everybody finds out like that it's them, he like stops the session. He's like, and we'll pick up next time or whatever. So it was very much like similar where it was like
the episode right after.
Yeah, they stopped the episode right after, so it's kind of like a cliffhanger, and it was like very much the same thing in the campaign too. So that's very fun.
That's cool. I mean, it's such a like, oh shit, like I want to see what happens next.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's a really good way to end the episode. It's a bad way, but I mean, it's good.
And it's very much like the Briarwoods are sending them a message,
Yeah.
So
like we know you're here. Like this is you. That's you.
Yeah, like they expected them to come, and they're like,
right.
Yeah. Crazy stuff. Maybe at some point, I'll show you that video of the TV show and the campaign side by side. I don't think the video is too long, but yeah, it's pretty incredible stuff. But yeah, I mean, like we mentioned before, that scene with Percy where he's just rotating his gun, and you're hearing those clicks, and that like sinister music is starting to creep in. It's really setting the tone for that scene, but also the rest of the season and what the rest of the season is going to be. Because from this point on, the tonal shift, and you'll see as we go along, the tonal shift from what's happened prior to this to what's happened now. And even episode 4, they were stuck in their house, in their keep, and they were being attacked by these, undead monsters.
Yeah.
That's much darker than the previous episodes. But I think episode 3, episode 4, and episode 5, it goes on this journey of like a tonal shift to where like this scene, the Sun Tree moment, and from here on out, it's very much like is the tone for the rest of the season. So I'm really excited to get into that with you as well.
Yeah. I mean, it reinforces your point that you made about the first 2 episodes when we first started, to where you're going to get you're just going to kind of introduce in the first 2 episodes once 3 and 4, and once we get into 5, you know, that's where we're getting into meat and potatoes, and the story's going to just jet right off.
Episode 1 and 2 is all fun and games, just to introduce you to the world and the you know and the characters and stuff like that, and then it's going to start bringing some heavy hits. So
yeah, and you know that moment in the episode 1 when that village gets destroyed and that family gets killed. It's like, damn, that sucks, man. They they just talked to them. It's an emotional moment, and
they
this
feel
one
responsible.
is oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit. They're it's us hanging right now. The city is creepy as hell, as like scary as shit, as Camlet said, and it's just horrible place to be and horrible thing to see.
So I think that'll do it for our discussion of this episode. Hopefully, even though this wasn't Jason's first time watching this episode, hopefully our discussion during and after the episode was entertaining enough for you guys to watch with us. But going forward, like I said, all of his reactions will be his authentic first viewing of the episode. Yeah, man. Like I said, I'm excited to get into the rest of the season with you. It just keeps getting better. I'm going to keep saying this like a broken record. It just keeps getting better. The characters that we get introduced to, and the moments that happen they're just so good. So yeah, let's go ahead and stop recording this episode so we can start recording and watch episode 6.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
We'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.